And it happened. Tectonic is back to the 501. How you doing, everybody? Welcome. My name is Oscar Ramos, and by the end of this video, I'm going to tell you the latest updates, technical analysis, and prices that you must know as a Tonic holder because there's a lot of different levels. Let's see which one is next. Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Like, subscribe, and turn on those notification bells. Time to talk about Tectonic. From what I see right now, everybody, great news as a Tectonic holder myself. Staking, buying low, selling high, holding tight. I know most of you have billions. Some of you have more than 100 billion, 100 million. Really doesn't matter how much you have, as long as you believe in the project, you hold for long term, and you start staking and doing liquidity pool. If you're not doing that and only keeping it on any exchange, for example, crypto.com, you're doing yourself a disservice. Please go ahead and stake it. You know how to do that. Now, what we have right here on the screen is just all the prices that we've gone through. Let me start with the first one. We have the 78.1% retracement on the Fibonacci levels, 607. It happened, it occurred, it was crushed. That was one of the lowest levels we had. The lowest on Tectonic was 604. It was tough. Then 607, it was coming up. And now we crossed this purple horizontal line. What does that mean? Ever since the beginning of February, 2nd, 3rd, we've been going through this. We've been going through this up and down. We pumped twice, came down. Now, this purple line represents the average trading zone that Tectonic has, Tonic token, and that price is at 609, pretty much like where it's looking like, 609. Okay, well, those were when I was doing my first videos earlier this week. I was like, well, we need to cross this one. There could be some rejections. What happened? Broke completely. It took about a couple of hours on the 15th for it to cross, and it did. Great. Now the next one was the 60 something around percent retracement on the Fibonacci levels. That was a 6094. And I know you're like, well, those are really, really, really small numbers when you compare it, but in percentage wise, it's very different. It crossed completely. As you can tell, growing my market right now, we stayed here for a while. We crossed on the 16 and we went all the way out to the end of that day, the 16. Now, what is next? Right now, we are in the zone of going to the 50% retracement. Like, this qualifies Tectonic as a nice pump. Not yet. I will consider it as a third pump yet because we had two so far. This could be the third one. One thing I like, to be honest with you, is that this is not happening like in one day. It's taking days. It's taking a while. I like that. At least it gives some time for people to think about whatever they want to do, buying and selling. I mean, really, it's up to you. You make the decision. But it's not just pumping crazy up and, of course, not letting people make some money or just kind of liquidate. So that is good. So what is the next step for Tectonic? Well, assuming that we're going to continue growing, which is going to be great, right? We all know the risk at this point. Right now, we are at 501. We're back. That's always great. We need to cross this beauty, and that is at 511. And I know it's just a little bit, but those little bits, when you own billions of coins, make a total difference. So from here to the next Fibonacci retracement, that will be 10%. 10%, not bad. I think it can be done. Of course, I'm going to show you now the 4 hours. See everything from a more macro perspective. So that's where we were. You guys take a look at this. I mean, come on. All green candlesticks, definitely. I mean, we're start having some sideways trading right here. Took us a while, so that is great. It's really helped to see this. And of course, seeing the pump that increases, the pump satisfaction, all the bulls coming in and really not selling. So that is great. At some point, I imagine people are going to start selling for sure. We'll see, right? Now, what qualifies as a great pump? Well, this was a great pump. As you can tell, the first one at the end of January couldn't stop all the way here, and then massive flooding, red seas of liquidations. And this is the largest we've seen thus far. At the beginning of February, crushed after about 4 days. So 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, like about a week of pump. In our case, we started on the 11th of March, and right now is the 17th of March, which means, I'm going to zoom in here, The real pump on Tectonic really started on the 14th thus far, because here we have some consolidation prices, and it started on the 15th, 16th, and thus far we have like 2 to 3 days of pump. What does that mean? That we may continue, I'm kind of positive that we may continue seeing and reaching the 50% retracement that's going to be at 5011. There's a lot of numbers, a lot of things going on here. So that is a possibility. I'll be very happy for it. In my opinion, reaching the 50% retracement, that'll be stretching it too much. We'll see what the bulls have to say. As always, buy what you can afford losing and get ready with that, with the sell orders, because if you don't do it, some people may, right? Always stay in touch with your profits, right? Now, when we see the 4 hours on the other side, overbought, stochastic, overbought, Bollinger Bands, way above, I mean, kind of going way above the medium. So it all indicates that there may be some sell-offs approaching. Now, Oscar, you've been saying about sell-offs, like in the first video, you talk about Tectonic earlier this week. Yes, because I like to make things clear and bring all the expectations to a realistic zone. Of course, it's great that it's pumping. I don't have a crystal ball to say when it's going to pump or dump, but from my experience, I always want to stay in touch with my profits. And this is exactly what I'm looking for, right? For example, MMF, it's also passing 1.20 cents, which is awesome. And I've been saying on MMF that it could also dump. So kind of like protecting my assets. And I mean, it doesn't matter what price you're getting if you're willing to hold for laters for really a long time. But in my case, since I always want the best price often to deploy a lot of equity, If you're only buying $100, so you may not even take it that too seriously. But of course, giving you what I got, everybody. On the total contrary, there's of course VVS Finance that right now is super down. On that one, I'll be super bullish to buy VVS because ex-VVS vaults are coming in. I think that crypto can also increase, has less supply than Tectonic. So, of course, it's down right now. Why not buy it? You see, I always prefer when things are super down. Knowing right now it's fear, so we're not in extreme fear. We're not on an altcoin season. Oh, what a gift. What a gift. In the more awesome news for Tectonic, we passed 14 hours ago. Tectonic says we exceeded 1 billion in total supply. Great job. We were really close. Now finally done. So this is telling us that people are trusting here by supplying their own tokens and becoming, part of the ecosystem and of course total borrow. So people are using Tectonic. There's utility. That is great. That is what we love it. And I mean, come on, let's go. Of course, another one in the last 20 hours, not even 1 day ago. What are people saying? Well, the top gainers on Kronos in the last 24 hours. Here's Tectonic, and that 21.78%. That's going to be much higher. You take a look at Krokin, you take a look at the community tokens or meme coins. Maybe a little bit skeptical on those ones, but when it comes to utility, Tectonic, you see the TVL on DeFi Llama. That's where they are. The top 3, top 4, top 5. I love utility, VVS, MM Finance. Come on, of course, MM Finance and Tectonic. I'm biased to all of them, guys. I love Kronos, and if I'm going to put a lot of money investing on crypto.com ecosystem, it's gonna be in this for sure, guys. And of course, you go on Kronos, there's a bunch of different news. There's a lot of things happening. Increase the collateral factor, like MMF, VVS. They're really doing well. And I mean, we passed 3 billion in TVL, and there's a bunch of things going on Kronos. I'm very bullish on this one, knowing that the yesterday's APY, guess what? 283 is increasing. It was 220. I still remember yesterday. It's increasing. So my Tectonics are growing, and that's pretty good. I'm putting money there, and later on, of course, I'm going to be able to see all my gains. It's going to be amazing, guys. So here it is. What's going to happen with Tectonic? Are we going to dump in price? Are we going to keep increasing in price? Let me know in the comments right now. I want to hear your opinions, everybody. Now you have it. Tectonic is increasing 501. We're back. Let's go. Don't forget to smash the like button. Consider subscribing. Turn on those notification bells. If you have any questions, of course, let me know. And join my Patreon on Discord. I'm waiting for you and all your questions. I'll see you next time, everybody. Peace.